It was the 6th grade, 4th period math, and I had to talk to the teacher after class about some test I'd failed miserably. The bell rang, the class got out, and I walked up to his desk. But when I got there, I couldn't say what I wanted to. It wasn't like I was too nervous to talk or that I couldn't construct a sentence that communicated what I needed it to. It was just that by the time my brain got to the end of that sentence, my mouth was still stuck on the first word. It was, and the teacher didn't have time for that. His next class was starting to come in, he still had half a sandwich on his desk, the guy had stuff to do. But I kept at it. And he said, "What is it? Come on." And then he said, "Breathe, take a breath." Now let me mention to you, right off the bat, there's nothing more annoying to have another person tell you, a living and presumably intelligent human being, to breathe. Like I forgot. Like I'd say, "Oh, thank you for reminding me. Another minute or two of that breathless hell and I'd be dead. Mr. Parker, you're a goddamn hero." I can only think of 2 situations where it's okay to tell another person to breathe. One, you're in a movie, you have to bring the protagonist back to life by beating on his chest and yelling, "Breathe, damn it!" 2, you're a character in a science fiction show. "Captain, the planet's atmosphere is oxygen and nitrogen. We can breathe." "Oh, thank you, Mr. Spock." And that is it. So by the time we got to take a breath, the amount of frustration I was feeling at my own inability to speak made me reach out for the only word I knew I wouldn't stutter on. The only hope I had at communicating anything to this teacher. And it was, fuck! Just fuck! Now, Mr. Parker did not like that one bit. He said, "How dare you waste my time cussing at me using that word?" Like that's what I wanted to say to him. "Mr. Parker, a moment of your time, please, about this test here." The fuck, man? No. It was just that, after running through every other word in my arsenal to try and start the sentence, that was the only one I had left. And because it was a cuss word, I knew I wouldn't stutter on it. And I've discovered recently that that's not too uncommon of a thing. Samuel Jackson's a stutterer, and he's mentioned during talks and interviews that when he gets stuck on a word, he says something else, something that he knows he can get through. A cuss word he's quite well known for saying, which is motherfucker. And I know it's kind of a profane one, but if you think about words as tools used for making communication more effective, then in the case of Samuel Jackson, motherfucker looks less like profanity and more like a very useful tool. And now that I understand that, I don't feel too bad about cussing at Mr. Parker. I mean, I wish I hadn't, and I've gotten better at handling the frustration that comes with not always being able to say what I want to. But what I don't feel at all is guilt. Guilt about making the people around me wait to hear me speak. Not anymore. When I was a kid, having somebody walk away from me while I was in the middle of a sentence because it was taking me too long to say a word was absolutely devastating. Now, not so much. Because now as an adult, I've noticed that the people who are important to me, the people who matter, they're the ones who wait. Thank you for your time.